there is no good or bad. There is what works and what doesn't for you.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Think Big Bodybuilding Media. I'm Scott McNally, and today we talk to New York bodybuilder by way of Italy, Alessandro Savi. This dude he's legit old school. Like, he has the old school mindset 100%. He's getting ready for his 98th contest right now, and the longer you've been in bodybuilding, the more you'll realize how big of a feat that really is. You'll see that a lot of people really come and go in this sport, but for him to maintain his health and his size, because he is a legit mass monster, is pretty incredible. Through having the opportunity to hang out with guys like Alessandro, I've picked up a ton over the years. And that's why I wanted to bring him on, to share that type of education with you. We talk about his prep, we talk about growing muscle, and he throws in some tips for the newer guys along the way. Thank you to our great sponsor, True Nutrition, for sponsoring everything we do. Guys, they are a high-quality, third-party tested supplement company that I truly believe in them. You can use our new code THINK for some additional savings. Plus, that helps to support our programming. If you guys enjoy this show, then do me a favor, leave us a comment, hit the like button. And if you haven't subscribed, we'd love to have you along for all our podcasts. We do several of them each week. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Think Big Bodybuilding Media. I'm Scott McNally, and back with me today is Alessandro Savi. Alessandro is getting ready to compete in his 98th show, which will be what us old school people call Team Universe. I think they just call it The Universe now, but we'll continue saying Team Universe because that sounds cooler. What's up, man? How you doing?
Good. How are you, Scott? Everything okay, man?
Right on,
I'm
man.
I'm here.
6 weeks out from your 98th show. That's a lot of experience, you know? That's a lot of experience.
Yeah, it's a lot of diet. I don't know what kind of experience, but it's a lot of diet. You know, like it's good. You know, like I also lay off for a while. You know, but it's good. You know, like more you get in old, more you have experience, and more is fun. That's it. You know.
Let me ask you, dieting now, has it gotten easier for you over the years getting ready for a show, or is it just as hard as it always was?
But, you know, like, depend, you know, like, diet is always hard because, you know, I diet pretty much all year long. And, you know, I try to stay lean all year long, especially because, you know, like, you're getting older, the age is different and everything. So it's not healthy to gain fat, you know, put fat around your organ, you know, like internal fat and everything is not really healthy. So carry 25 pounds extra of fat. It doesn't really help me, health-wise, you know. Then I try to stay more lean all year long. So then you have to stay more in diet. You know, like that doesn't mean it's like you don't have to eat, but, you know, because depend your metabolism. So then, and, you know, I eat, my metabolism is good, it's fast and everything. I do eat a lot of calorie and everything, but you have to weigh everything, portion everything. Also, you can understand how your body responds better. You know, if you need more carbs, if you need less carbs, if you need more protein, more fat, you know, like when you have a steady state diet, from that point on, then you can work around and understand better your body. So then it's easy for me because I like it and I enjoy it. It doesn't bother me. Yeah. It doesn't bother me to stay in diet at all and everything. You know, even off season and contest prep. Contest prep is kind of a little bit more rough because, you know, now you're getting close and I start being very hungry at night. You know, like I'm coming home and I got my second last meal and, you know, like, wow. And I said, it's over, it's done. And I got to wait for another hour and a half before I go to bed and eat again. So it's a little bit rougher. Yeah. But, you know, like it's okay. You know, I enjoy the food. I enjoy what I eat. It's not a problem to eat the food, you know, is in the paper for the diets for me anymore. It's not like maybe like 25 years ago when I was a kid and everything. I just can't wait to be done and go eat pizza and everything. Right now, sometimes it's the opposite, right? The day after the show, you look at and say, wow, now what I'm eating, you know, you don't want to go off the track too much because you put a lot of work and effort in. You kind of want to stay in track, which is not like the best because sometimes you need your body let rest a little bit, and that's it, you know. Like, but I'm not suffering the diet. You know, like I used to. Let's say that it's more like having this experience and everything. He helped me go through the diet a lot better, a lot easy. You know.
Nice, man. Yeah, that's kind of what I figured you would say. I know a lot of the younger guys, they are pushing hard. Like they're pushing hard in their off seasons to gain as much as they possibly can. You're at a point where you're already a big dude. You know, you obviously don't need to push with that same level in the off season. In fact, I know that we had talked previously. We actually had recorded, guys, and I didn't get it out because it's right when I got sick, and then now it was old news. So Ali and I got back together to put this one out. But I know you had told me this last offseason you stayed leaner so that you could try to bring your torso in, bring your midsection in, to bring that in as tight as possible. How has that worked for you this year? Do you feel like you're bringing it in more than you had previously?
Honestly, yes, because I see the video progress and everything. So, and I like you know, I'm working with an endocrinologist in Italy with this doctor Gabriele Trapani. So, and every week we check in and everything. So, my weight it went down, my stomach it went down. You know, I'm happy with the improvement because I improved the V tape. But talking about what you just said before, you know, let's say back then I was making also a lot of mistakes because I was trying to get a lot of food in to grow. But I learned something during this year, which is not how much you eat make you bigger, is how much absorbs it make you bigger. So because that's basically what I learned lately, you know, in my all this year of my career. And I have a podcast last week, you know, like with a friend of mine in Italy, and we actually talk about this. You know, people they make the same mistake. You think you eat more and you get more bigger and bigger and bigger. So, but I don't think it worked that way, because if your body doesn't absorb, everything goes through side effect. So side effect means like, you know, your stomach you got extended, your internal fat it goes up, you know, like it. So then you don't have the good effect of the food, so growing muscle wise, but you got the bad effect, you know, the bad side. So that's what I pretty much learned from dieting. So I eat a lot, and you know, I change my diet style. I try to keep my metabolism as fast as I can, and instead maybe eat like a lot of people, you know, very dramatically low carbohydrate and everything. So, and high protein. So you certain amount of protein, you absorb certain amount, you know, absorbing. So it's same thing, the carbohydrate, you know, like, so I try to balance everything, feel good, you know, like digest everything, process everything, and, you know, like get the best as I can from the diet.
Okay. Yeah. I think that's really important because, you know, I think for a lot of us in bodybuilding, there's the thought that we can force our bodies to do what we want them to do. And in reality, the longer I've done this, the more I realize it's about, you know, coaxing your body along and getting it to want what you want, I guess is the best way I can put it. And if you just keep power shoveling food nonstop, you know, there comes a point where I think a lot of people end up breaking, whether it be a digestive issue or whether they get burnt out, whatever it is. You know, I've seen it not work. Let me ask you then, for somebody out there right now who's just trying to power shove food and maybe it's not working for them the way they want, how would you go about trying to get them on a better track of being able to better process the foods that they're eating?
It's not, sometimes, you know, you have to find what's work best for you. And what I find out to work best for me, you know, like it's using also the help of a lot of supplement we have, like carbohydrate, you know, powder to help like essential amino, which now back then, like 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, people, they don't know much about essential amino, whey protein. If you see, you know, like I can give you like a little bit of information about how is my diet, you know, and after later on. But, you know, what I did is introduce a lot of essential amino. I do 50 grams of essential amino a day. So, which if you think is basically pretty much you having like 100 grams of protein extra in your body, but they pre-digest, your body absorb quicker and faster, and you need to, they're not being processed from the liver, you know, so then you have less side effect. And, you know, like that, why probably my waist went down so much, because I eat less solid food and I use more, you know, like this type of supplement, which is, it can be like weight isolate and essential amino. Pretty much that's what I use. And, you know, like you still have your high intake of protein, but different type of absorption. Also, I do a lot of digestive enzyme. Every meal I take digestive enzyme, bromelina, and all the stuff, to help me that my body digest better and process the food. That's pretty much the approach we use the last 2 or 3 years. And in the last 3 years, I don't know if I tell you, I lost probably 9 inches on my waist.
No kidding. Wow. I believe it.
Yeah, the waist went down a lot. And this year, so far is the best year the last 3 years is the best I look, because it's, the stomach is very, very flat. I'm never bloated. I digest well, I'm regular, and everything, it's very, very good,
Yeah, I feel like a lot of that, and we've a lot of people we've talked about in the past, they talk about like what they call the GH gut. And I think a lot of that people saw in the earlier 2000s was people just eating so much because the bodybuilders were getting so much bigger and people were forcing the food down. And I think that a lot of that had to do with inflammation. I've seen it in my own life. I've seen it in others, that bringing that down, bringing the inflammation down, everything does tighten up. And if you think about it, this is a game of illusion. So even if somebody weren't to grow a single inch, but they could take like 5 inches off their waist, the appearance on stage is going to look so much more pleasing. They're going to look so much wider,
Correct. That's why we make a different choice on diet, food, training. All together, it's got to be a different type of combination. So this year, right now, I'm cutting and I'm still at 320 grams of carb a day.
You're kidding? Nice.
Yeah. So the calorie intake daily is probably I just make the calculation last night because I want to be accurate with you. Like that, I can give you a little bit more information. So I'm actually cruising like around 320 of carbs, around 290 of protein plus 50 grams of essential amino. So they bring me up to 390.
Okay.
And very low fat because the carbohydrate intake is high. And my body doesn't really digest well the fat, since my family has history of gallbladder. So I don't absorb that well the fat. So then I try diet with the 60, 70, 80, 100 grams of fat to try to increase the calorie intake. But it was not good for myself. I was bloated. I had problems to go to the restaurant. It was bad. So, and I had to keep my fat intake very low and very easy. Just olive oil. And sometimes we switch with almond butter, but that's it. I see people put fat in every meal.
Yeah,
I don't do it. When we have a high carbohydrate meal, or when we have carbs in the meal, I try to don't put too much fat. I know the carbohydrate absorbs a little bit slower with the fat and everything, but on myself it doesn't really work that well. So then, right now I'm probably around 30. I'm actually 3,200 calories a day.
Okay.
And I'm cut. So it works. Compared to last year, I'm a lot higher, and I'm ahead of the game. To being 6 weeks out, the condition is different, the body is different, and because probably we did a good job in off season, stay lean, increase the metabolism, and compared to last off season, I was a little bit lower in carbohydrate, but I was around probably 700 grams, 750 a day.
Yeah.
So stay lean. He allowed me to, enjoy a little bit more now, but I'm still, the metabolism always is kicking in because I'm hungry, between meal, I'm hungry. So it means the body works well.
Yeah. I think you make a good point too. You said, that the fats don't work good for you. That doesn't mean that fats don't work for everyone. It doesn't mean that some people aren't going to be able to work even a lot of fats into their diet. But you pointed out, you were like, I started feeling bloated. I was having digestive issues. I wasn't going to the bathroom as frequently. Those are the things where, we have to listen to ourselves. We have to experiment. You could have never known that. And I guess that's kind of one of the things I wanted to bring you on for here, is just because you have so much experience. I feel like some of the newer guys who are watching this that are still trying to learn their bodies can kind of listen to you talk, and maybe they'll start picking up a few things for themselves. Like, hey, maybe I want to play with my fats a little bit. Maybe they'll find the opposite. You know what I mean? But whatever it is, they'll get closer to figuring themselves out. And it's make a change and then watch how do you respond. Was it a good change? Was it a good benefit from it? Or did you start to see some negative side effects out of it?
Exactly. That's why I think is the most important thing is always like structure the diet and work on that structure.
Yeah.
Like change more carb, less carb, more protein, less protein, and different type of protein, different type of carbohydrate. Like I notice. Like when I'm in off season, I absorb better two type of carbohydrate together in a meal.
Really?
Because the body, yes. Normally, what we do is that I try to switch carbohydrate every meal for protein sources too every meal. Let's say if the first meal I do eggs, the second meal maybe I do protein powder, the third meal I do like chicken, and pre-workout or post-workout I do beef, to try to make the body absorb better, break it down the food in a different way. The body doesn't get used to it, doesn't get intoxicated, and also it's more, a diet is more, you enjoy more the diet because also mentally, it's like the cheat meal, people ask me, is good, is bad? Like cheat meal, if you think, you do 6 meal a day times 7 days, 42 meal a week, correct?
Sure.
Okay. If you do one cheat meal, it's basically you still have 41 meal clean and one cheat meal. So what bad can do a cheat meal? Normally in a cheat meal, like I said, I'm around 3,000 calories now. I'm trying to do the same amount of calorie I have during my regular day. So in one meal. So try to spike my metabolism. And I see on Monday, I get up harder, drier, and fuller. So it doesn't affect me on a bad way, so then why cut the cheat meal off if I'm getting better, even if I'm 7 weeks out? You know what I mean? Like you analyze what worked better for you. I have clients, I'm prepping people for sure. Everybody's working different. Some people, I had to keep them like keto diet for 4 days, 5 days, refeed a little bit, not cheat meal for like 15 weeks. Other people, like I still have the cheat meal in. Some other people, they have cheat meal once in there. Some people, they have the clean refeed because they're different. They absorb different. They look different. Doesn't mean it's like one looks better than the other one. In the end, you try to do the best, works for your client, for yourself, and look the best, for each person. Like I said, pretty much.
Yeah, I feel like here's the thing is that, and we have our podcast on YouTube now, and I'm seeing how different YouTube is from a lot of the original hardcore audio podcasts that we were putting out 6 years ago. That there's a lot more people that are newer that are finding the channel now, and I think that's awesome. And I'm grateful to have you guys, by the way. But we get caught in wanting to have like a black and white answer. Black and white answer to this is how you need to structure your diet. These are the foods that you need. These are the macros you should follow, or the drugs or the training. And there isn't those black and white answers. Like you said, you've got these different clients. They're all doing these different diets. And I wish there was an easier way to just lay it out there, but there isn't. And here's what the way I've learned, besides experimenting myself and learning from that and seeing how other people respond, it's from listening to guys like you who have done 97 shows. And over time, through having conversations like this, you get better at putting together all those, because there's no black and white, but there's a lot of grays, and you get better at putting more of those gray pieces together, until you can kind of figure out your own part of the puzzle.
Exactly. And also that's another thing people they don't understand. Your body, like your body's getting older, like you age.
Yeah.
So the body's is different every year, like your cell, they age, your muscle age. So then you can't train like I can't train like I used to train 20 years ago. I had to adapt the training to my body. Now I'm looking different. Yes, I'm bigger and this and that, but you have to adjust the training to the diet. So that is another consequence of what people, they don't do. Just train heavy, or they train light. They think one thing is better than the other. Nothing is better and nothing is bad. It's good what works for you, and you have to be smart to just pick the best what works for you, because it's like a computer. Every year you have an updated version of the computer or the cell phone. The cell phone you use until now is not bad, but the new one is better.
Yeah.
So same thing, the training, like 20 years ago, I was doing bench. I'm doing bench now, but maybe the technique you use now, like isotension, like stress on the muscle, like 5-second stretch, 3-second contraction, negative, positive, SST, all these type of training, they came out. It's better because you updated and you try to use the science on and, adapt the science to your body. There is no good or bad. There is what works and what doesn't for you. Okay. Because that's why there is also different type of coach. Coach, they use a lot of carbohydrate. Coach, they against the carbohydrate. So I'm not blaming on anyone, but if you use one, it's different if you have 10 weapons than one weapon. Like you need to be able to use all these weapons and put it together and have a big, like a big, variety of weapon to go and fight the best for the war. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I like that phone analogy. I like that phone analogy. You used a different, and I know what you mean, man. You get that new phone and you got those new updates, but the old phone still worked. I like that. I'm probably going to steal that from you. I'm going to use that in the future now.
Yeah, it's easy. I see a lot of even pros or whatever. Sometimes when I see them, they post the same exactly food every meal, every year, the same way of training. You're not updating yourself, and after that, 1 year you got third. You got the second year, you got 7th, and the third year, you got 15th place, because you're not updated. Your body look the same. So if your body old, age, and you're getting old, you need to update it, this type of training, and maybe you can't handle the training you used to do 3 years ago or 4 years ago, or maybe the absorption of the food is not the same. Then you have to switch diet. You have to lower the macros, lower the calorie intake, to get leaner and ripped, but stay fuller, That's it. The same thing with the gear protocol. That's it's comes up like if you think it's like some people they take Advil, some people they take ibuprofen. Advil does nothing to me for the headache. Ibuprofen, the headache goes away. So the same thing, the gear.
Yeah,
it's not one good or one bad. One works better, one works worse for me. Some stuff they give you water retention. They don't give it to me. Maybe they give it to you. So you have to pick and choose, But this, you have to try. You have to try. Sometimes you make mistakes. Sometimes even, like you do 3-4 weeks before on the show, you start doing like attentment of like carbon up. Like you filled up today and you see, I'm completely depleted now. Let me carbon up for 1 or 2 days and see how my body responds. And based on that, yesterday I was looking, 2 of my clients, one did 2 days of carbon up and everything pretty heavy, and it was still flat. So I know now he's competing in 2 weeks. I know for the show you need to carb up at least 3-4 days. So, and we do all this attentment, carbon up, dry out, and everything. That's the way you have to learn. It's not because the coach tell you don't drink water for 6 days, you do it. You know what I mean? Like you have to also be a little bit in knowledge and understand. Don't drink water for 6 days. It's not good anymore. It was good 20 years ago. Like updated that way. Still people, I fight, not I fight, but I have the, I talk with people and some of my clients, they come in and say, I'm not using salt. Is that okay? Because my previous coach, he told me no salt at all. And I said, okay, it's not good for me. So not really good for me. Salt is one of the base element you need to keep on the diet, salt, water, and carbohydrate, to keep the muscle full. And people, they don't understand, like no salt all year long. So, I was like, but, I said, he was your old coach. Now you have a new coach. So you updated, do something different.
Yeah.
So we put the salt in the diet and they start looking better.
I was going to say, I bet they look better. I bet they felt better. I bet their training was better. I wanted to ask you too on training. So you're still getting a decent amount of carbs. You said over 300 grams of carbs per day. What is your training like? I have to imagine it's got to be a lot better than in previous diets where you've had to really kill yourself for it,
the training, I'm a lot more alive. I sleep a lot better at night. I sleep good. So I got my 8 hours of sleep. So then I can afford the training and I put everything into the training. The cardio I'm not doing. I do five times a week in the morning cardio, like between 30 and 40 minutes, empty stomach. Treadmill incline and stuff like that. The training is great. Actually we switch a little bit. The way of training this week, we actually increased the the reps and everything to try to have a little bit more metabolic training in a way to use the weight to lose and cut even more. Basically, metabolic training means like we try to increase the metabolism with the weight and not with the cardio.
Yeah.
To not raising the cortisol level, to try to stay harder and dense and fuller. So then that's I think this year it also worked really well because I'm still dropping every single week, and I'm not losing basically density, muscle, and fullness. So allows me to keep my carbohydrate intake higher, and I think it's very important because if you don't suffer the diet, maybe like stay on 0 carb or 30 gram or 50 gram of carb, the muscle, you can afford a better workout. Yeah. Also, like I said, I can do more metabolic training. Now, today I'm doing a crazy legs workout and we're doing like also high reps. So which normally it wasn't last year. It was like kind of heavy duty style, low volume, high intensity, and low reps to keep the muscle full, keep the cortisol low because the calorie was low, which is also, you think it's harder, but it's not. When you train high reps, and you have a lot of blood in the muscle, so you stimulate a different type of muscle fiber, and, it's completely different. Metabolic training is very hard. It's very, very, very hard. I find harder to do like 15, 20 reps of hack squat with 6-7 plates for side and do 9 plates for 5.
Yeah. Yeah, man. When you get up to like a 20 rep set and you're still going to failure, that's going to hurt, man. Because when if you do 6 to 8 reps, you get to 8 and you're like, okay, I couldn't get 9th. It's going to bury me. But when you get to 15 and you're dead and you still have 5 left, yeah, and you're dieting, that's what I call fun, though. Those are fun workouts, man.
Exactly. That's what is basically the approach we used the last couple of weeks. We switch a little bit, the gear. Like I said, we push a little bit more harder, and it will be fun. So that's another approach I changed completely from last year.
Huh? And you're liking it?
Honestly, I like it and I hate it because today I know I gotta do like 4 at some point in the middle of the workout. I got 4 sets of 15, 20 reps of hack squat, and plus the last one is triple drop set, and I know I'm gonna die because I'm starting with 6-7 plates, and I drop and you go to failure and you don't give it up, because you still have the energy because the carbohydrate they still there and everything, but you're tired, you're tired.
Yeah.
So it's mentally exhausting. But in the end of the workout, it pays off because, and the day after you get up and you say, oh, I lost another ounce of fat. It's good.
Yeah, that is cool, man. So let's see. We're 6 weeks out here from Team Universe. After that, if you weren't to get your pro card there, do you plan to continue on? Do you have other plans in the season, or are you putting all those eggs in this basket? What was that look? What was that look? Did you think I didn't believe in you for a minute? Was that what I saw there?
No, the look, it was like I didn't think about that far, because okay. I'm always thinking. Right now, I'm thinking about I got the next meal in 1 hour. Yeah. 45 minutes, and I gotta go do legs. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
I'm not thinking that far. The only thing I'm gonna tell you, I put all my effort to be in the best of my life in this show because that's what I do every time. I'm not worried about who's competing, who doesn't, because in the end, it's all about me. Being happy on what I do and how I look. And the next, I don't know. They really listen. Let me get to North Carolina and do the show and enjoy the cheat meal after. Yeah. With Rosetta, with my little prince and everything, and hopefully bunch of my friends if they come see me. And after that, we will figure out. It will be day by day, like I do every day. I have no plan. I have no plan. Because people they said, oh, no plan B. On my hand, you have to have plan B because plan A, if it doesn't work, you have to have plan B.
Yeah.
People, they said not plan A, not plan B because, they very okay, maybe they super secure, they do right, they do wrong, whatever. I have plan A, B, and C, and D. I got all the plan lined up. So I don't know exactly what I will do after this show, honestly.
I like that answer, though. You're just in the moment right now. You're focusing on the work that needs to be done to be your absolute best. And I think that that's the, you know, when we talk about, I keep bringing up you being of the old school mindset. That's something that I think is really important that I would like to impress upon some of the newer people, is that when we go into a show, to put it all on the line, to say, I gave my best effort. This is the best that I could possibly do, and own that. You know, I think a lot of people are like, yeah, I'm going to try it. I'm just going to jump in. And there's a lot less commitment to doing that, but you don't get to challenge yourself. I think bodybuilding is about that personal challenge of saying, yeah, I'm going to put it all on the line and say, this is my absolute best effort.
Yeah, I'm, you know, like when I go on stage, every time I have no regrets, because I did the best I could on my ability to be in my best. So you have to think, you know, you have like 10, 11, 12 judges judge you. So everybody see you with different eyes. So you have to take it.
Yeah.
And doesn't matter if you win, if you lose, you up there, you did something good for yourself. You're absolutely best. And that's what's mean. Right now, you know, people, they, you know, even social media is good, is bad. You know, like I don't like to put too much up there, because like you said, I'm old school. And I think, you know, like, yes, really doesn't mean that much social media, if you think, because it's a good exposure, you know, like for supplement companies, stuff like that. But in the end of the day, the show is on stage.
Yeah.
There is people look crazy on social media. And when they go on stage, I said, what the hell? Who's that guy? He doesn't even look close to the guy he was in social media 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, yeah.
You know? So then instead, for me, it's an embarrassment for these people, because why you put like you editing picture, you do this stuff to look good, and in the day of the show, you don't bring your best.
Yeah, I think that's fair enough.
Talk is cheap, and just do your best. Don't talk. I used to go to the show, do the show, come back home, and work harder for the next show. Back then, there is no social media, no cell phone. The only exposure you have, it was like, try to go there, place or win the show to be on the magazine. Yeah. That the way you get exposure. And, you know, like it was after the show. Right now, 20 weeks out, and everybody's already there. I'm winning this show. I'm winning the other show 20 weeks out. You don't even start dieting. You don't know how you look. Everything can go good or can go wrong. You don't know, you know, the same thing. But that's why, you know, like, I don't predict the future, and I don't know what I will do after the show, because, you know, like, I just focus on the first show and on the first step, and I'm focused on what I do in the next 45 minutes to try to be the best that day of the show. Because, you know, if you're thinking about the show, you're missing like the other 6 weeks you had before. I can't miss 1 second of this 6 weeks, you know, and I'm just focused every second, sleep, rest, eat. And, you know, that's for me what bodybuilding is all about, you know, like.
I like that, man. I like that a lot, actually. Hey, listen, I've got one more question for you. Can we meet your dog? I know I saw you look over. You got him right there.
He's here. He's in off season right now.
Oh, what's his name again?
Prince.
That's right. Oh, Princey. Man.
Give a kiss to daddy. Thank you.
He's cute, man. He's a Chihuahua?
Yeah, he's a long-haired Chihuahua.
To think a great big guy has this little tiny dog in his hands. He's adorable, man.
It will be at the show, you know. He's always with us, you know, like we don't leave. He's a service dog.
Oh, okay.
So it will be in North Carolina too.
Oh, nice, right? Man.
Yeah, when we go back to Italy, he's always fly with us, right, Pipi? Such a good boy. Yeah, so it's part of the family, you know.
Yeah, he's great, man. I've always loved whenever you guys have posted pictures of him, so I'm glad we could sneak him into the end of the program here.
Yeah.
Listen, I know that you work with Bolero. Do you want to tell everybody a little bit about that? Because I know some of our people might not be familiar.
Guys, if you're not familiar, I suggest to go to bolerousa.net and try our amazing flavor. We have 70 flavor. It's an hydration product, sugar-free, gluten-free with stevia. And basically, it's a powder. You put it in the water. You can also cook, bake, flavor your egg white, flavor your oatmeal. And it's great because it's a lot of athletes they use until 1 week up to the show. and everything to keep you hydrated, keep you drink more water during the day. We have an energy one, and we have also the sports one is like electrolytes. So give it a shot. BoleroUSA.net, guys. You have to try. We send you sample, and it's great. Like you can put also in the soda, in the seltzer. My bad, not in the soda. In the seltzer, and make your own soda. So it's good. It's sugar free, no calorie. It's great.
Yeah, I mix stuff up all the time, but here's the thing. I mean, you can get the stuff from the grocery store, but what I've always liked about Bolero is you guys have the most incredible and unique flavors. And I'm not just saying that, just to like pump you guys up, but every time I've been at one of the shows, by the way, too, when we can get back to regular normal life, you can go and see Alessandro at the Bolero booth at any of the big shows. You guys are always there. In fact, I saw you at the Arnold one time before I knew you.
Yes. We do normally if COVID wasn't it, we do a lot of show during the year. We support also the NPC here, Steve Weinberg and everything. So this year it was rough. Last year was also worst, but we try to be at the Arnold. We see the Olympic in Florida now. What's going on this year? But we will be there. You guys, you're more than welcome to stop by, get sample. And we got a lot of stuff and everything. So we will have probably a bunch of athletes too, friend of mine, and stay there, give away sample. So because we have a lot of pro using our product.
Oh yeah.
So it's a natural product. Vitamin C and fiber is the base. Very healthy. It's good. No aftertaste. You can drink all day long. And like you said, the flavor system is crazy. We're unique, and it's good. We're happy.
Yeah. Well, listen, man, I'm really, I'm grateful we had a chance to get together. I'm grateful we got a chance to redo this. Thank you for taking the time. And this is great, man. Just getting to look at where you're at 6 weeks out. And we kind of got a cool peek into your mindset too, which I think is, it'll be really insightful for some of the newer guys who would like to one day say that they've done 97 shows,
Yeah. It's a lot of show, but it's nice to say it, because it's a lot of experience and everything. So, and I enjoy every one of them. I have no regret on what I did in my career, and I will do again. Sometimes people, they get pro card right away. Sometimes take a little bit longer, but in the end, if you enjoy what you do in life, is the best. I got the best out of it. Like I make a profession, I work, and this and that. And I enjoy it every single day what I do.
Hell yeah. Well, guys, for another episode here at Think Big Bodybuilding Media, I'm Scott McNally with Prince and Alessandro Savi. I'll see you guys. I'm going to hit the button. It's going to go black for a second.